2, 1. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, Summer.
All right. We are
Happy
here.
full
We are live.
moon.
Yes.
You got
In
a full moon.
Virgo.
Virgo. Ooh.
Ooh.
How are you, by the way?
I am blessed and highly favored. How are
Yes. Also blessed, highly favored, in love with life. Life's loving me. Life's loving all of us.
you? Just a cycle of love.
Yeah. The energy today is just like
Yeah, it's very high vibrational. Like it's just sitting there waiting for you to do something with it. It's just like, hello.
yeah.
If you don't do something with me, I'm gonna do something with you.
Oh, boogada.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Well, if that's the case, let me go ahead and calm us down really quick with the little sound bowl. Everyone take some deep intentional breaths because we're going to go deep into our full moon party topic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Lovely. I felt that right here.
Did you? I feel
Probably
like
also my green kyanite was like, ooh, get it.
Ooh, you're wearing your green kyanite right now?
Yes.
Yes, I love green kyanite. That reminds me, I had some nearby. I would like to put mine on. It's okay. It's
and I have my dark gray kyanite here with me too.
I love kyanites.
Me too.
Okay, communication stone. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, and I'm wearing my throat chakra necklace. just all the communication stuff.
Now that. In that case, I'm holding fluorite.
So pretty. All right, you guys. So today we decided we wanted to talk a little bit about numerology and like the basics and slowly getting a little bit more into stronger number combinations. And we have put together a little bit of a presentation for you guys to follow along.
I want to have you introduce yourself
yes.
as well, because I think we're putting this on both their channels or mine, but I know I want to show you off.
Trophy wife. Okay, well, my name is Jasmine. I am a artist, a creative, a singer, dancer when I feel like it. I have a YouTube channel as well, just talking about my spiritual experiences and just giving words of advice whenever it comes through. I also have an Etsy shop where I post a lot of my fluid art, and I am excited to be here. And I've known Bree for about 5 years. It's coming up in April, and we've been very instrumental to each other's journeys. Yeah,
I can't believe it's been 5 years already. Time is such a, I like this word today. This is the word elusive. Like today, time's just slipped through my fingers. It feels there's so much to do, and yet I'm just sitting here like stuck in the possibilities.
I was like that too. It's like, where do I take this day? There's so many different ways and directions.
Yeah, definitely.
We're taking it here.
And there, and maybe here.
Maybe everywhere.
It's crazy because we both are wearing Emerald Heart, which is an oil by Sacred Heart Botanics, and it opens up your heart chakra. So we're like really on that same wavelength.
Shout out Perla.
Perla, go check her out on Instagram. We'll link her below as well. I love her. Such a sweet. It's crazy, like the connections we've been making lately. Once you start really coming into your sense of sovereignty, your power, and even like meeting your guides and putting it out there that like you're ready to just meet and invite that energy in. I'm getting goosebumps because somehow we just all like came together. Clicked. It's so beautiful.
And anyone who's in our soul tribe that has a YouTube channel, we will link their channels down below.
It's always growing, of course.
It is. But yes.
Okay, so should I go ahead and share the screen?
Yeah, we could do the screen share.
So we created a PowerPoint, This is our presentation. Let me go ahead and do the whole share. Oh, whoops, I mean present. Pardon me. All right, there we are. Can you see all of it?
Yes, I see it, and I see you, and I see me.
Okay, perfect. All right, so numerology. I guess we can start with what numerology is, maybe kind of how we got into numerology as well, because it wasn't my whole life that I started noticing like repetitive numbers and using numbers besides like in school to do division and multiplication and this and that, but there's more to it, and it's a whole thing on its own. It's a whole entity. Where did you, Summer, like first learn about numerology?
Well, I first like became consciously aware of numerology being a thing around the same time that I met you. I kind of learned through you. And after that, I sort of looked a little more into it on my own. And a popular way I think a lot of people become introduced to it is through synchronicities, through numbers, like either on, for you, a lot of it is on license plates. And I've started seeing it on there too, but mainly for me, I see it on the clock. I see it on like, I'm on social media a little, like a lot. So I see a lot, and I see likes add up to a certain amount of numbers, or I'll like something and then I'll be like, wait, that's 4 sevens. And then like have a moment. But it's become a big part of my spiritual journey because it's a big communication outlet for me and my guides, and it's just nice to know that you're being like protected and watched over. And if you ever feel in doubt, you can always look and see like, what does 234 1010 808, like what does that correlate to, and how can I apply that to my life? So that's sort of my journey. Yeah.
It's crazy the combinations you can get to. It started off with seeing like 444. I think that was my first angel number. I remember laying on my bed. It was a bunk bed because my little sister would sleep above me. And I came home from school one day and I'm just chilling, vibing, enjoying the sun, playing with crystals in my window. And then like my phone flashed on and I didn't get a notification, and it was so weird. And it just said like 444. And I was like, wait, that's really weird. And then I started seeing like 1111. And I remember when my mom's grandma died, that she saw 1111. She's like, okay, that's so weird. I've been seeing it a lot. And she's like, it must be my grandma. And I was like, oh, that was the first time like connecting weird, abnormal coincidences, which now we know like nothing's coincidence. And spirits. So I guess it started there, and then it just got crazy. I would see license plates everywhere. I ended up trying to memorize the first like 4 license plates that were around me, and like I was really good at just like looking at a license plate, looking away, and being able to recite it. It became kind of obsessive though. So I think my guide stopped for a little bit.
Yeah, it's super easy to fall into that and just like constantly looking, but I've learned that you need to let it come to you, and like it'll happen, and you'll glance at things when it's the right time. And it's just a process of like just letting it happen and not like being on the lookout, because once that happens, it like kind of defeats the purpose of like them approaching you. It's like you're like seeking them out, and then you never know like what you are actually connecting with when you seek it out like by your own will, because it's not coming from that same place, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And constantly seeking, you're not giving a chance for the divine to work through the world. It's like you're trying to create the whole process, completely doing all the work, and that can be really draining and tiring.
Because that's like, I'm a Libra moon, Libra rising. I have like a Libra stellium. It's about the balance and knowing that it's a dance and it's not just you in this journey. It's not you doing it all yourself. Like you have help. And it's like when you're doing a group project and you like take over the whole group project, like,
and then say
like,
no
one's
doing anything.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I feel like we're both in a pretty good place with that now. Like at first we were freaking excited to just even know about it and understand and know that we were being like spoken to, and just like
a puppy,
that little tap on the shoulder. It's just
yeah.
It's like and then you start looking all over the place and you become a little bit like
yeah, definitely.
Ease is the way. Just let it come and flow.
I love that's your word of the day. Ease.
It is.
And harmony and stuff like that. Okay, so let's see. Our side, we have numbers 1 through 9, and this is, let's see. Did you want to go over reduction right now, or do you want to go through the numbers first?
Yeah, we can just start with the numbers and like what they represent and just go from there.
Right.
I think I'll start off by saying what my base numbers are. And I am learning still, like it's a process of learning about all this, because it can get a little bit, if you're getting into it, like just go into it very slowly and don't overwhelm yourself, because there's a lot of different sources. There's a lot of different ways that people calculate things. And I'm currently reading this book, which is what inspired me to want to have this conversation today.
Who's it by?
It's a little bit of numerology, an introduction to numerical divination by Navali Wilder, which Navali is a really pretty name. But
those books are so pretty. Like the covers are, they say don't judge a book by the cover, but if I'm being honest, looks are attractive.
Yeah, we're visual beings,
yeah.
So it's okay. It's funny because I'd seen this book for years, but I never felt really called to it until like the last few months when I went to Barnes and Nobles, and I was like, I think it's time for me to get this book. So I've learned my life path number, my 2 base numbers from the calculations they offer in here. They go off of Chaldean numerology in this book, but they also acknowledge that there's other ways to, channel, parts of yourself and your numbers and things like that. So my base number is 2 and 7. So 2 I get from 1 plus 1, which is the 11th of January, which is my birthday. And I'm learning a lot about that. Let me just go to that and let you guys know a little bit about what 2 means. So if someone out there is 2, this is like for you, 2 for you. So the sign that's connected with that is Cancer, and it's ruled by the moon. So we're in our element today, and it's ruled by the 4th chakra, which is your heart chakra. So just a little rundown on that.
According to the Chaldean.
Yes, according to the Chaldean numerology. But yes, so here we have number 1. So how do you calculate like your base number? Like what is the base number versus like that second number you were talking about? Because you had told me my base number is 2, and then something else, that like the number of the days would be a 9, and then you add that to create like your life path number or something like that, and then that would make me an 11/2, and then it would make you either a 1 or a 2. Let me write down what I wrote for you. So you are actually, you're 3 and 8. So 3 is from your March, from the day, and 8 is from the year.
Which is
I can let you know more about that, because I know I didn't let you know before, because I was like, we'll talk about it in the call.
It's totally cool. It's new to me.
So real quick rundown on how to calculate your number. So here's an example. So the person who wrote this book broke it down as they were born July 28th, 1986. So the first thing you're going to do is take the day 28, you break that down into 2 plus 8, and then that equals 10. And then you take 1 plus 0 and you get 1. So their number is 1. And then for the year, their yearly base number is 6. So 1986, 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 6 is 24. And then you add 2 plus 4 and you get 6. So it's a little bit of like math of just simplifying, and then it gets you down to that. And it goes it goes by Tyro. I might be mispronouncing this. Tyro's law, named after the most prominent numerologist of the late 19th and early centuries who wrote about numerology and divination. And it asks us to pay special attention to repeating numbers in the essence and names of a person. When a number shows up more than once, the vibration and energy behind this number are intensified. This means that the vibration is actively attracting and triggering everything on the spectrum it operates within. This law comes into play when you start looking at the people around you through the eyes of a numerologist in training. So yeah, it's a quick little rundown, and that's how you guys can calculate for yourself.
So what's a base number versus like your
Yes.
year number? Like what is the significance, and like what role does that number play in your life?
Yes. So let me see. The single numbers describe a journey from the first spark of creation to the conclusion and end of a cycle. So they're applied and explored in the framework of human personality and expression. So I am actually still getting information on the second base number on what that means in contrast to the first one. But the first base number is something that is going to help you understand what your life goals and your life lessons are and what your abilities are that come with that number. So yes, so Bree, let's get into you, girl.
Oh,
Aquaria. We're channeling.
it could be
channeling.
Aquaria, Bree, Merlady, like
yes, all of them. You're all of them. Breaking into a siren song.
Yeah. I don't know what else I could add to that, because I've only heard of like the life path number and then the vibrations that come to you through like the signs on license plates. So for instance, if we were to see 111 and your birthday is January 11th, it's 111, let's just go into the number one, which would be the singularity, right? And there's two zodiac signs. Can you see the Capricorn there?
Yeah, I could see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save yours until we get to 3 so that it'll be in, sorry, windows open. That'll be, along. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So we have the singularity, and I titled it that because when you think of one, it's like just as it is. If you think of the Aries, it's like who you are when you go about in this world. And then like the Capricorn is like who you are, but in relation to the world around you.
Very cardinal.
Very cardinal. And then Capricorn is, okay, so Aries is the first of the zodiac. That's why I relate it with the number 1. And then Capricorn is the 10th. And when you reduce using gematria, 1 plus 0 equals 1. So yeah. Did you want to go over these ones? Like
so we can keep it short and sweet, I guess. So like the quick rundown of what it means when you see the number 1. It is promoting you to follow your goals and tap into your independence, and remember that it's okay to be creative and not be too rigid and structured. I'm learning that myself as a Capricorn sun, so I could just say that very easily because it's a current like something that I'm dealing with in my life, of just understanding the importance of balance. That's why I appreciate having Libra in my chart, because it's just like that little tap on the shoulder of just being like, it's okay to be all right with things that have different outcomes. But yeah, so when you see this and you feel like you need to look it up, just remember like it's okay to do things by your own willpower and take control of what you want to achieve, because at the end of the day, it's up to you. Like it's your life. Just follow what feels right. So
I have met a couple life path ones, and I noticed that there was a tendency to become pushed over by other energies in your life. Like you have to really cultivate that independence, and I think independence is a really good word. I'm glad that you put that in there. Because when you are with a group of people, like how do you stand out as an individual? And like when one of your life path numbers is, and your lessons is to learn how to be an individual, you're going to be faced with challenges that show you where you're not an individual, or like you get sucked into like another person's way of being.
Yeah, it's important to like, I don't know, because there are definitely people who can take up a lot of space with their opinions and their like just everything. So for me, I've been that person that's been like, oh, like I need to give this person more space since they're already taking up so much, and it almost feels like an uneven energy balance. So I'm getting to that point where it's like, listen, I'm here. I'm going to take the space I need to feel comfortable and feel heard and understood. And if there's anyone that feels threatened by that, I'm sorry. Like I come with love. I come with, just wanting to share things and understand you and you understand me. And it's
that
funny
doesn't
because
take anything away from you.
yeah, it doesn't take anything away. We should be able to do that and be confident in what we have to share with one another because that's kind of what we're here for, to learn from each other. So yeah.
I love that. That is beautiful. Oops. Okay, apparently I can't click the arrow. I have to manually.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Oh wait, it did.
It was like a delayed reaction.
Wait, what's
You're
happening?
fine. Technology it's almost like a retrograde type of energy today with technology.
Today,
like our
yeah.
soul tribe has been like going through a lot with links.
Oh my god, I've been trying to send voice memos and they're not sending, and just it's kind of all over the place.
But it's okay.
So
yeah, we have number 2. So
I'm gonna let my cat out. I'm gonna let you talk. I can hear you.
Your cat, who's a Taurus.
He's like, oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yes. So this is actually my first base number, my primary base number, which is number 2. It plays off of intuition and unifying and realizing that you have a lot more influence than you think you do. So I'll just read this for you guys. The 2 holds a tremendous amount of power over situations and relationships, such as love and other things like that. But it handles it so carefully that its influence can go almost undetected. It's like it's working behind the scenes. No one sees it happening, but the results are undeniable. It does not have to push or use force with others because its incredible abilities of compassion and cooperation influence them to follow its guidance. I feel like that little paragraph right there is like a good definition of how I feel like I'm feeling lately, of how just working in unison, like this soul tribe that we've come across has really helped me understand my power and my influence just by living and just by learning and sharing and just not expecting anyone to give me anything. It's for me to give to you, and realizing we're all mirrors for each other, and that plays into the intuitive part of the
mirror aspect. That gave me goosebumps. Like that was a good word for it. It is like, because you have the one and then meets the next, and your face, now you're facing each other.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, when you have the number 2, a lot of people think that it's the duality and a split, but that there's still like a stream that can go in, like you're creating a tunnel. Do you like, do you get the visual, like when you have 1 and 1?
I get like Moses,
a space now that yeah, you have space now that energy can flow in between. They're not separate, they're still some kind
parallel,
of force of service to each other that's like unifying them.
Definitely unifying. the second
unification.
Yes. Number 2 in astrology is a peacemaker that is keenly aware of the values and cooperation and working together. It's diplomatic in its dealings because to be anything else would create imbalance. Even when up against contrasting energies, this number sees how the differences can join together to create something complete and well-rounded. So the book adds on to that by saying 2 is the number of sensitive and playful immersion in the joy of life. Because the moon rules it, this number is here to dive deep into the feminine side of wisdom, emotion, and process. Deep connection and clear boundaries are themes of the spectrum and receptiveness, and love is here to explore and teach others. So that is what 2 is here for. They're gentle souls. They have sensitive and understanding hearts because of this openness, and they have the gift of empathy. So there's that. And before, yes. And I'll give you the floor in a quick sec. I just want to put the life goal and life lesson of number 2s. Their lightness, joy, fun, and pleasure. It's that simple. And then the goal. And so the life lesson is to work on boundaries, balance sensitivity, grounding, authentic connection to yourself and others, and impatience. I know I got to work on my impatience. So I don't even take that as an offense. It's like, okay,
me
thank
either.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
mine
you.
reduces to a 2 as well, so I can feel that.
And then there's a list of spiritual abilities for each number as well. So we're gonna run through this super quick to show strong psychic sensitivity corresponding to the senses. So seeing, hearing, feeling, smelling, tasting, and touching. These are known as clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairscent, clairgustance, and clairtangency, respectively. Additional gifts. Yeah, I haven't heard of that.
Me either.
Additional gifts are clairempathy and channeling. A 2 can have a dormant telepathic gift that can be trained with the right support. So I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I could just say, Ashe. I have been feeling that lately. So yes, we love the number 2.
I love that. I wrote channel on here before. I have never read that book, and you're over here just like
affirming it.
Exactly. I think it's also interesting how, well, that book's based on Chaldean numerology and astrology, and it has a slightly different interpretation of the zodiac signs themselves in connection with the numbers. Like, they don't completely match all the way. Like the number 2, I associated it with Taurus, but yet this has a completely different
this one has Cancer.
I'm wondering if it's like a difference between westernized astrology,
I'm sure it is.
Or because numerology goes kind of all over the place. You have Chaldean, which I feel that's the most relevant or like accurate, because Middle Eastern cultures, I think it was forgive me, is it Arab countries? The Arab Empire created like math.
Okay, well,
like algebra stems from the Middle East.
I had no idea. Well, thank you for that. But it's probably, I can we'll get to number 3, and when we're done with that, I'll give you guys a little rundown on Chaldean numerology.
I just want to take the floor for 1 sec.
Take it.
Like, we went over 1 and 2, and because my life path, it's an 11, and we'll get to master numbers a little bit later in this video. But if you break it apart and add it, a master number, you technically have 2 life path numbers. So mine reduces the 1 and the 1, create a 2. So 1 and 1, I have double of the ego sense of self. And at the same time, I have to learn how to shift and become completely receptive. And when you said like telepathy, that got me, because that's like my specialty right now, is like teaching people like the projection and like the receptiveness of energy. And like, wow, that's just so spot on. It's crazy.
It's beautiful.
I love it. Beautiful. I think there's a negative connotation to the word crazy, so forgive me for that as well.
But I feel you. It's cray cray.
So now we have the number 3, which is the creation. I connect this with Gemini, and Geminis, they're so versatile. The mutability of them, they're really able to shift into different emotions. It's like the sense of self without the when your sense of self bounces off of your environment and creates another force that moves within you. So also, if you look at the Gemini side, like, it kind of looks like one pillar in the middle, and then on the sides you're open on this side and then open on this side. Like the 3.
I was gonna say, it reminds me of the number 11, or the
it kind of looks like it.
2 1s that we were just talking about.
And then when you look at it as a like just a regular numerology number, like say you say 333, the internet version of that would be like your ascended masters are around you, like your guides. To I don't know, do you have anything else to add about the 3?
Yeah. So going off of your number, I can give you some info on your first base number if you would like.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Oh, my base numbers were 3 and 8, you said?
Yes.
I'm writing that down so I don't forget. Here's my pen.
So 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 7 equals 26, and 2 plus 6 equals 8. So yes. All right, you guys. So for Chaldean numerology, 3 is based on Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. And the dominant chakra by that is the third eye. So if you're 3, you were born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or 30th of any month in any year. So 3 is the number of strength and follow through, a masculine and outward oriented energy that leads by sheer force of will and fosters exceptional work ethic. Success and failure are exciting teachers in the scope of this vibration, with self-worth being built around the constant creation and refining of ambitious goals and solid leadership. So we're gonna jump over to the life goal, life lesson, and spiritual abilities. So your life goal is success in leadership, and your life lesson are nuances, cultivating empathy for yourself and others, lead from your heart. And your spiritual abilities, 3s show a strong intuition that often gets ignored or not recognized for the gift it is. Let me see. And then it goes into all the famous people who have 3 as their number. Let's see, we've got Jennifer Hudson, Kim Kardashian, Abraham Lincoln. I don't know names, like all these other people. These are like really
I
like
lost my diamond earring.
you did.
Dying. I got you. Got you.
I was like,
I'm sorry.
wait,
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Earrings?
I didn't mean to interrupt. I wish.
No, I was wrapping it up, but that was funny.
I forgot to add.
Like, wait, was she looking for her earring while I was reading?
No, I don't know why. Because you said Kim Kardashian.
There are people who are dying.
She's freaking Courtney. She's an Aries. Like it's all bland. It's like, dude, like. I forgot to add. When looking at the Western version of this, we have Gemini associated with the planet Mercury and like the hands. So the hands are like your extension of self when you start to play with the world around you. So it's very much about like interacting with that environment and like writing and communication. I feel like communication is like a key word. Oh wait, we wrote that.
Because it's true.
Because it's true.
And when I think of 3, I think of
of the triangle.
Energy, just like energy.
Here, I'll do the upside down one. I'll do the water, you do the fire, and together we got our masculine femme Merkaba completed energy field.
Nice. Number 4.
Ready? Okay, so number 4, I call this the home because 4 to me represents where you find your stability in the world. And it's very Cancerian. So like that would be your motherly type influence of the world. And it's not necessarily like a physical mother that you came out of. It could even be like, how are you mothering yourself, your environment, the people around you? Like, how do you make a home out of your circumstance? Like in your own energy field, like where's your, because 4 is an even number. So it's, think of like a table that has legs, 4 legs. It has to find that balance.
Yeah.
So that you can put weight on it.
And it'll be strong even with the weight on it.
Yes, yeah.
So I think that the best thing for me to do when we're going through these numbers, for anyone watching, just so no one feels left out, is I will read a little bit from the book about each number and how that connects to anyone who might have that base number for themselves.
That's such a good idea.
So we will go to 4, and it's by Chaldean numerology. It's based on the Aquarius sign, and that's ruled by Uranus. And the chakra is the solar plexus. So if you're a 4, you are born on the 4th, 13th, 22nd or 31st of any month in any year. So 4 is the number of change, revolution, and forward thinking. Curious and open to taking chances and exploring the world from all perceivable angles. This number holds us in the future through its fundamentally outside in view of the world, the need to build a community around a 4's eccentricness and original input is deep and can be healing for others to witness. So for 4, your goals, your life goal is innovation. Your life lesson is self-worth, a sense of belonging, finding and creating community and connection with others. Get that soul tribe. Spiritual abilities, healing. 4s can work with healing in any field and with any means and or tools. So that's awesome. My Angelou is a 4. Angelina Jolie, Obama, George Washington, Stevie Wonder, Whoopi Goldberg.
We were just talking about her today.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I was talking about that scene with Alex in Rat Race where they told this guy on a detour they didn't want to buy any squirrels. Have you seen that movie? Oh my god, I'm not gonna ruin it.
It sounds entertaining though.
We'll have to watch it.
Will, yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Taurus and Cancer. I wonder how those dance together. But yes, that is 4.
Wow. Yeah, you got the water and the earth. It's like, because Taurus would be like the matrix that holds the water. Like I would think about cups and tarot, and I know cups represent water, but if we think about the cup itself, it's metal.
Ooh, it's like holding the earth is holding the water, it's supporting it.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, we got 5. Look alive.
Sorry, there's some delay when I press the
it's mouse. Okay. We've come to the conclusion there's some like lingering like residual retrograde energy in the air.
Yeah. The moon's huge, by the way. Like maybe afterwards, if my computer's internet can handle it, we'll take the laptop outside and howl at the moon or something.
Oh my gosh.
That would be crazy.
Mine has to stay plugged in because it's like holding on by a thread, but I think I could see it through my window. So.
For sure. Okay. So number 5 would be the act. So like once you cultivate who you are and like how you and like who others are and like how you can move about in this reality, like now who do you want to be? Like you can emulate things that you've seen and like start to embody those into your self, integrate those little pieces and become multifaceted. Like the 5-pointed star. Almost you get to extend yourself in many ways depending on where you go. We get to shift realities. So I think of Leo because in astrology, well, that's the number 5, and Leo is considered the actor. And if life's a play, you get to develop your role. So also that's how you could also relate the number 5 to change.
Yeah, and I like that yesterday. Symbolizes curiosity and freedom and change, and represents the 5 senses of humanity. So that's powerful right there. All right, so if you are a base number 5 out there, you are actually ruled by 2 signs. So Gemini and Virgo. And that's ruled by Mercury. So so you got throat chakra right here. I'm wearing my throat chakra necklace. You guys are either born on the 5th, 14th, or 23rd of any month in any year. So 5 is the number that can connect and work well with all other numbers because of its natural, talkative, and people-centered focus. Constantly socially engaged and fueled by new inputs, it flows through the world, shaking hands with all other energies easily. Moving fast and buoyantly, this number jumps from one meeting to the next, exchanging all value and clarity. So if you're a 5, your life goal is going to be communication, exchange, and connection. So your life lesson is going to be grounding, mental balance, and focus. Your spiritual abilities Okay, so it says fives are so open that they can scan other people and pick up on their emotional and mental states. So those are going to be like some good psychics.
Definitely.
Let's see. Ooh. Okay, so Adele is a 5. Let's see. We've got Audrey Hepburn, Shaka Khan. We've got William Shakespeare, the last president. Pharrell Williams.
You're showing up me, man.
45. That's all he's getting. So yes, that is 5.
Wow. Okay.
You guys are powerful.
I
was told to just tell you guys that you're powerful. Like, don't sleep on yourselves. All right.
Ooh.
Yeah, me too.
something moved through me that second.
Mm-hmm. If you have any Taurus or Gemini in your chart, or Virgo, that might have been what was shaking up.
Yada 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 yada.
All right,
6.
Evil number. It's said 3 times. No way.
I think it's a strange association with evil, but I get it, because the number 6, when you have to draw it, you draw it in a descent, and then it swirls into itself. And if the swirl were to keep going, it's infinity descent, backwards loop.
In Christianity, it's referred to the number of man. So,
oh, I get it. Like how Saturn is associated with materialism, and that holds the spirit, but it's a little too dense to like.
Yeah.
I mean, man. Makes me want to be just an energy being 100%. Like,
you are.
I'm talking about my Andromeda past life memory, where I'm just like swimming energy, so free.
Liquid,
like, yeah, liquid air.
All right, so I like the little dance we have going of you talking about the number, and then I refer to my book if you want to keep that going.
Okay, for sure. So the number 6 I associate with Virgo, and Virgo's really into like their health and wellness, the body, the service to the world, and other people. So not just trying to emulate it, but really feeling and sensing the energy fields from other things and seeing if it needs help or not. So that's, now we've jumped from just being a self into a self that is aware enough about its own capabilities that it can finally sense the vibrations of other things.
I feel like Virgos could be good healers for sure.
Yes, that's
like Beyonce, that album.
She is very healing through her voice. Like,
yes, you're part of something way bigger.
That's Scorpio moon. Not just
associated with
universe, not just some words in a Bible verse. You are the living word. You're part of something way bigger, bigger than you, bigger than we. That's a good song.
Yes, I can go all day.
You want to go ahead and share the
yes. So if you are a base number 6 out there, on double sign, well, I guess a triple sign, it's got Taurus and Libra ruled by Venus. So your chakra is going to be the heart chakra. Welcome. So if you're a 6, you were born on the 6th, 15th, or 24th of any month in any year. Oh, my sister's a 6. Okay. 6 is, it's February 6th, Aquarius. 6 is the number of beauty in all its forms, as it seeks harmony and pleasure from its surroundings. Strong as immortal love and as passionate as a jilted lover. I love this verbiage. It changes the world by the depth of its devotion to others. Themes of boundaries and nurturing make this journey one of defining love by fulfilling one's own needs before taking care of others. So we're going to get to your goal. So your life goal, number 6, is love, true devotion, and beauty. I love that. Your life lesson is going to be boundaries, balance in giving and receiving. Listen to the needs of one's own mind, body, heart, and soul. and your spiritual abilities are going to be healing of groups. That's powerful. So
of groups.
Yeah, healing of groups. So like maybe any digital like healing of like a lot of people watching you at once or something, or like holding
tarot,
like workshops,
collective work.
So famous folks: George Clooney, Idris Elba. We've got Joan of Arc.
That's why he's in Scientology.
Yeah. Healing. Frida Kahlo, Queen Victoria. There you go. Number 6.
You know, it reminded me of how the number 6 is also associated with the Virgin Mary.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, with Virgo is associated with the Virgin Mary, so it's that very motherly type of energy too.
Oh, nice. See, and it's just like
it makes sense. Yeah. Sorry, it makes sense that they connected the number 6 to the material realm, because mother you can also change to matrix. And ooh. I think what version of the Bible, because I had a version of the Bible that I borrowed from this laundry room at my old apartment complex, and I was reading it and it said matrix in it instead of mother. And I think in your version we compared and they were completely different. They just like switched the words out, but I feel like essentially they mean the same thing, and the matrix is just a womb, a giant womb.
That's beautiful and powerful. But yeah, I think I compared either my NIT or King James version, but it just goes to show like anything can be like translated differently. Like it's important to look into this kind of stuff when you're like met with something as like negative as referring to that number as demonic or evil, or like something rooted in something that's not good, because there's just so much out there that says otherwise, and it's just important to, you know, get your info from wherever you do and feel how you feel about what you're reading and what resonates. So thank you, 6.
And it's always going to be neutral until we apply meaning to it, and it's like there are shadow sides to each number as well, and like I guess we've been touching more on like the lighter side. Oh, some of the slides are done. We could just explain it.
Yes. It's funny that it stops on the spirit and like you have to channel to get your information for number 7.
Whoa, wait, that's funny. That's such a good connection that you made there.
Hi, night. Give us the answers.
Ooh, so now we have the number 7, which is the spirit. And whenever I see the number 7, it feels like a channeling, like there's something next to me that needs to come through. So I can only speak on the number 7 more from the personal experience, and then from the 7th sign of the zodiac, which would be Libra, which has to do with communication and like things in the air. And even the symbol for Libra, like you look at it and there's a straight line, which is like the ground, and then you have like this bubble above, and this bubble must hold like and capture some information in the air, and then there's like space between it. It's really interesting. It
is interesting.
But with the air signs, they like capture the information from outside and then have to like channel it through and get it out in some way. So it leads to a lot of creativity as well.
I can give you my stamp of approval on that. You know, it's funny with me, when I have always, so back to the Bible, that number is considered like the holiest number, like the holy number. And I also get feelings of like the word like royalty comes to me, of just like understanding, like, and when you said spirit, I'm like, spirit. Yeah, like it's this, I love this number. Open.
You're like, yeah, come into me.
Yes. like 7, I saw like 4 sevens. I need to look up what that means. So actually, real quick, we're gonna do that right now because I feel called to do that and like contribute a little more to this before I get into the life path.
Yeah, I see
Numbers.
sevens. That's been the number lately, and every time I see it, something kind of strange happens. And there's a Sprouts by my house, and one of the billboards is like a casino. You know, at the casino, that's considered like the lucky number is
That's
777.
interesting. Yeah.
I wonder what that is. Is it that they're trying to channel other spirits for luck or to pull the strings for them? Or
I wonder if it has a correlation to abundance. It might. So it
yeah,
says
that flow.
the symbol of 7777 is a very positive sign, and it means you should expect more happiness in your life soon. Angel number 7777 as a number has good vibration of energy to give your mind. It signifies spirituality and wisdom as well as your inner self. The number 7 itself represents wisdom. So that's just beautiful and powerful. And I knew like there's that number has like a really high vibration. Like we'll get to 9, but 9
I
is
feel like
like
once we pass 6, like it's just out of yeah.
yeah, for sure. All
Up and
right,
out.
life path 7s or base number 7. So it's ruled by Pisces and Neptune. So it's your crown chakra, which makes sense, the spirit. If you're a 7, you were born on the 7th, 16th, or 25th of Jesus was born on the 25th.
Oh wow.
Supposedly.
And now he's an ascended master, so he is a 7, like right now,
a walking,
for
talking
people
7.
to channel, because people channel him all the time.
All the time. Yeah. So 7 is the number of spiritual insight. I know everything's connected, dude. So detaching itself from human limitations and connecting to the higher realms of intuition and inspiration. As sudden as lightning strikes, so does inspiration run through this number of individual expression. Creative muses follow this number closely and make it imperative for it to create and share the original and otherworldly aid it continually receives. So let's see. There's a lot of information, you guys, in this book. There's like pages like for each number. So just so you know, when you get it, you're going to have a good amount of information. So life goal, what a surprise, spirituality, intuition, and synergy. And your life lesson is self-worth and personal power. And your spiritual abilities are strong intuition and clairvoyance. So we've got Angela Bassett, Putin, Tupac. Isn't it funny? Like my demeanor changes with some of these people that I read because it's just like,
because you know about
7 in a reversed way.
They do, like Marina Abramovich, and then
imagine she was on here as like, oh my god,
what, as a guest?
No, on here like in the book, like
oh god,
no thank you. Prince, he was number 7. I get that. I get that vibe from him, like his purple, like he knew. He was tapped in. Crown.
UV. He's talking about the UV light, which is like
it glows under everything.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So that was 7. You going to heaven because you number 7, and then rhymes with 11. Okay. And then we got 8.
I clicked it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's on the way.
The abundance.
Ooh, abundance takes time.
Yes. So the number 8, if you flip it on its side, it's the infinity sign. And when you think of infinity, it never runs out. So it's constantly looping back and forth. And it's like when you have the number 7, your spirit's getting like, I mean, it could go dark, but for the most part, you're being lifted out from materialization. So that's like being able to take the spirit back into the body and like swing the pendulum intentionally back and forth. So like, you know, when you go through a really high moment and like everything feels like amazing and you're like, this is the best moment of my life.
Yeah.
But you know that you're gonna have to go back, like after a rave, like you're gonna
what
have
goes
to
up,
go,
that's why I laugh.
Must come down. It's like you're creating your own pendulum swing. You're creating your own downfall. So
yeah,
you're like expecting, you know how the creation process works. And so it just flows. It doesn't run out. It's very watery, like the Scorpio. And Scorpio has to do with like transformation as well from the depths and things you can't see, and that Plutarian, Pluto and Mars putting action into transformation and just being like really hands-on with it.
All right, so the angel number for AI, want to connect this with that. So if you are seeing 888 or any form of number that starts and ends with 8, it indicates that financial and material abundance is on its way into your life, and maybe suggesting that you will receive unexpected rewards for past good work, karma repaid in kind. It tells you that your life purpose is fully supported by the universe. So that's just beautiful. And I love that. So if you are base number 8, you are Capricorn. You are ruled by Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. So your solar plexus is where it's going to be at. That's your chakra. If you're an 8, you were born on the 8th, 17th, or 26th of any month in any year. 8 is the number for letting go of karmic contracts. This leads to contrast, strength, and influence beyond measure. The 8 is uniquely isolated on its journey of connecting heaven and earth through the deep passion it holds. That is beautiful. The key is integration of everything inside and breaking through internal walls and limiting beliefs before being able to do the same in the often challenging outside world. All right. So, 8, you have a lot of info. Okay. That was like 3 pages.
It's power. Like, it's pure power.
Yeah.
That 8.
Your life goal is power.
Power.
Passion, authenticity, and strength. Your life's lesson
authority.
Self-worth, a feeling of belonging, finding a community, connecting to your fellow rebels. The 4s, it says, find you a 4, because that's part of you, because 4 plus.
If you double it, yeah.
I was like, my caffeine was like, stop. You're getting very focused on like math right now.
It's like we're breaking things down a little.
I know. It's like hard not to, because when you realize everything's connected, it's like, your spiritual abilities, open channel if permitted. 8s can be scared of their inherent power and try to reroute it into something else. Great rewards come from learning to master and harness all the forms this power takes. So you're powerful. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Famous people. Ooh, we have to see some interesting folks in here. With the number 8, we've got David Bowie, Jim Carrey, Ellen, Stephen Hawking, Mary I of England. We've got Michelle Obama, Queen Latifah, J.D. Rockefeller.
Ellen, Jim Carrey, Rockefeller, like, they're very
Kanye
powerful
West,
handlers. Like
Serena Williams. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All these people, they have a very masculine type energy to them.
Yeah.
Like even the feminine ones, like Serena Williams that you mentioned, and Ellen, like they take on a more masculine type.
And they are Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. That's why they're ruled by Saturn.
Okay.
Third solar plexus.
You know what's funny? Alex popped in really quick to put Orion in here because he was crying, and Alex is a life path 8.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's stories too that can go along with all of these too, and I specifically remember the number 8 is about this guy who wanted to find treasures in a cave, and like he overheard these people doing a magic password on the rocks. It's a Middle Eastern story, and they found this cave and they left. So this guy, when they weren't looking, he went into the cave and he sees all these treasures, different linens from around the world, like jewels, and he wanted it all for himself. And like the lesson was about greed. So I don't know why, but I feel to get past into the abundance, the 8 really has to step into like that sharing aspect as well, and not being greedy.
Because once you do, the universe is going to ground you. Because Capricorn, it's there, so it's just a matter of using it, your powers for good. When you were talking about like your story, I instantly thought of Aladdin.
Yeah, it kind of does remind me of Aladdin.
And you said Middle Eastern. So yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't even
Yes.
think about that until
Diamond
now.
in the rough.
Diamonds have been coming up a lot. Yeah, 9. 9's the completion, so it's the last number until we get back to 1, because next we'll have a 10, which reduces to 1. So we kind of count that in the beginning. But 9 is the ending of a cycle. So everything, all these lessons have led up to this moment. And I think of Sag like seeking wisdom in the world. So going and exploring the different realms just to learn about what's out there. Like you've already gone through hardships to get to this point is how I would look at it. So it's about now your spiritual growth.
Yeah, I remember seeing 999 the other night and I looked it up and it was basically that. It was just like the completion of a cycle is coming, like be on the lookout for your abundance. And I also got like, I guess a download while you were talking because I was thinking about the clock and how it ends at 9 too. And like when it's 9, it's a new start after. It doesn't go any further than that, which is a very interesting integration from the meaning of that number, isn't it? It's like crazy.
Wait, doesn't it end at noon?
It ends, well, yeah, but like when the hours end, it's like 59.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
duh. Okay, yeah,
yeah,
you're right. Okay, you had to explain that. I'm sorry.
yeah. But
Wow.
12, I wonder like what power 12 has because like 12 is like the beginning of a new day. So
Yeah, 12 gives
that's
me
for
that
later research.
Pisces, Neptune. It's the 1 and the 2 as well. Like, what's your book say? What's your book say based on them?
So, before I get to the book, I just want to let you guys know that I'm not BSing and it's true that if you're seeing number 999, the spiritual meaning is commonly related to the end of a cycle in your life. It means a lot of closure to clear away unfulfilling things is happening so that you can prepare for a whole new cycle. Focus your energy on progressing to the next cycle of your life.
I love that.
I love that too.
That means like if you've gone through like a hardship too, like you can expect that it's change is coming.
It's like cord cutting with the past.
Cord cutting or like making amends, forgiveness, like something to bring you into a higher vibration is coming.
Because our number itself is a high vibration. Yes.
Oh, and the number 9 too, like when we draw it, like I don't know why, like I intuitively want to draw it like the other way, opposite of the 6, but upside down. Even though like I draw it from the inside out down like that, like naturally.
Yeah.
But for some reason my mind wants to do like the here, let me get a piece of paper.
It's funny because I draw 9. I do like the circle part like first, that, and then I just do straight and
it would
down.
like loop up forever. Or loop in, like I don't know, but to me it gives me more of an uprising.
Yes, I see that too. And 6, it's like lower. Like, I also got like 6 is like connected with like pleasure. Like I'm just thinking about like the man. You know, it's like lower. Like the negative connotation of it is like greed and like pleasure and gluttony and like all that kind of stuff. And it's just funny that you flip it up and 9, it's like the opposite. It's like all the good things. So when you are base number 9, all the good things, you are ruled by Aries and Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars.
Wait, so it's me.
Yes, tap into that, girl. So Aries, it's connected to your root chakra. So the first one, if you're a 9, you were born on the 9th, 18th, or 27th of any month in any year. My mom is a 9. 9 is the number of completion as it wraps up the journey through our base numbers, a culmination and fusion of intellectual and spiritual power and authentic leadership. The fight against inequality and their own temperament gets won by taking ownership of the full spectrum of human expression and sharing the spotlight with others. Ooh. So if you're a 9, your life goal is power, strength, authentic leadership, spiritual openness, and the combination of mental acuity and intuitive gifts. That's life lesson, emotional authenticity, and balanced temperament, release of control, your spiritual abilities. So, an almost overwhelming potential in all spiritual areas, can experience fear about opening up to a higher power. Okay. So famous people, let's see, we've got Tom Hanks, Whitney Houston.
I hate that. No offense. I hate that they have pedophiles up in that book.
I know. I'm like, how do we not get like conspiracy theorists about these people? But Richard Nixon, Theodore Roosevelt. It's interesting. There's a lot of people in politics in here.
Right.
Jada Pinkett Smith, John Travolta.
Whoa, another Scientologist. And then Jada Pinkett. Understandable. She produced Willow and Jaden, and they're both like on a different level. Like,
I love those kids. Let's see. So it says that was actually a brief description of the 9 base numbers. There's, of course, always so much more to delve into for each aspect of what makes up the vibrational core of a person or entity. And let's see. You might recognize these bonds in your own relationships or those of the people around you. So that's the rundown, like the most basic rundown I can give of the base numbers 1 through 9. And you guys are welcome to pick up this book. It's $10, but I'm sure you can get it cheaper, or get it on Amazon used or somewhere. It's very much worth it if you're really interested in understanding numerology past the synchronicities and understanding how it goes into our life. And I'll get into more of like what else is in this book as we go along. But yes,
it looks like a nice read too. You know, it's a good size. It's not an easy overwhelming read, but it has so much information like in a small space, and that's very digestible. I love that.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing me that. We should do like some kind of book trade soon. I'm almost done with the emerald tablets.
Ooh, okay, nice. And have you finished The Alchemist?
Yeah, we could have a discussion about that one.
Okay.
That's a
Get The Alchemist, you guys. It's good.
Ooh, oh, that book gave me memories. Like, I was in a really bad work situation when I read that book, so it really helped me throughout my day.
Oh, I love that for you.
Thank you. So next we have master numbers. Yeah. So master numbers are when you say you get a life path number and you find that you're stuck with a 1 next to a 1, and what you want to do is add them, but you since they're the same number, there's actually something very special about that. And they discovered this or / created it because things that are created with an intention, like they do affect you. So it's not that like if someone makes up a system that it's fake, it just means that if you embody that agreement, then it works for you. So a lot of people recognize master numbers, and so if you get a 1 and a 1, you're just going to consider that an 11. If your life path number reduces to 2 and then you have another 2, you would just call that 22. And so what that does is it amplifies the energy of the number. It like doubles it and makes it extra strong. So people that have master numbers, they have like heightened spiritual powers in that aspect.
So January 11th. Ooh.
There's significance in that too.
111. Hey, since we're on a roll of like letting people know about what angel numbers represent, let's pull up for number 11. And that was actually, I was gonna say that was my first synchronicity. I noticed way back in high school. Yeah, everyone's always like make a wish, and I always wondered why that was like, you know, the time to do that. Like, what's the connection? And oh, would you look at that? We've got, let's see. Oh, there's a meaning in the Bible. We'll go to that after, but let's see. We've got number 11 related to karma. This number is also a symbol of spiritual awakening. If this number keeps appearing very often by your side, it means that you should turn more to your spiritual light. You have your life purpose on this planet and you need to serve others. Interesting. Oh, and Aquarius energy. What makes you feel that?
So Aquarius is the 11th sign in the zodiac, but I also feel like when you look at the Aquarius energy, there is a heightened sense of the ego, like having a grandiose sense of self. And at the same time, being able to kind of take the back seat to hear other people's perspectives. And like, that's why Aquarius is so good at being able to interact with the world and take on different ideas, or even like pass on different ideas. So an 11 would be very good at spreading information. But it also, you can reduce it to a 2. When you do reduce it, it's going to be more of like the shadow side. It's like what you fall into when you're not stepping into your power completely. So in my case, instead of sharing information and having a really good sense of self, a healthy ego, it falls into not having any kind of ego, back into the 2, back into receptiveness, into just being a container for energy and allowing like the opinions to sway you, people's ideas of what you should be doing and shouldn't be doing, what the world expects of you, to like take over. And it's interesting because the 11 relates with the story of the ugly duckling. 11s also have, like, the number 11 has a vibration of being able to shift the atmosphere around it. That's just what I've noticed from, like, if I'm not in a good mood and I step into a room, I know I affect people. When I'm in a good mood, I'm like, hi, like everyone in the room will start interacting with my energy in like some kind of way. So the story that I relate with the number 11 would be like, it's what I've heard. I forgot whose account that I found it on, but I'll go ahead and link her below as well. It's an account that does numerology stories, but it's the Ugly Duckling. And so the Ugly Duckling and a lot of life path 11s go through a experience in their life where they feel excluded from a group because they're different, because either they look different, they act different, considered late bloomers in life. And then one day, all that hardship, they grow up and they're this like beautiful swan. And it made them into who they are, but they didn't understand that. And so it made like childhood rough. And so when you get into master numbers, these people have had, and not to dismiss anyone's experiences or traumas or anything, but when researching master numbers, a lot of people go through more hardships in their younger years, and senses of confusion, just so that when they're older, they can really step into that power. Like, think of how 1 and 2 and telepathy and all that energy work, like that's considered woo-woo in the eyes of the scientific world that we tend to live in, the patriarchy. So to feel safe in yourself first, to be able to explore those things or have a reason to do that, sometimes you have to get kicked down and be shown that the way things have been set up just aren't working or are not going to work for you.
Yeah. And I feel like that's just Aquarius energy in a nutshell. Like, it's like, we're gonna follow the rules, but the way that I want it to happen. And like, if you're coming, great. If you're not, like, I see on the flip side, like we've officially like entered the age of Aquarius recently with the grand conjunction in December. And I feel like that's why me and you work so great, because we have a lot of Aquarius in our charts and we see that in each other. And it's funny that like you bring up the experience, because like it reminded me of our experience that one time when we were like trying so hard to have a great day, but we were both going through things and we saw that in each other. And we were
that time at the beach, right?
Yes. And we were like, you know what, let's just make peace with the fact that God wants us to deal with our things. Like, we can't run from them.
I was trying to hide my mood from you, and it's like, you can't bullshit that.
Yeah, and it was gray outside. It started raining. Like we were at the beach,
like
and
obviously the environment was matching our moods, but we were trying to be like, in the name of hanging out and like just becoming a number two.
We're like, no, love and light, love and light, love and light. But it's like, no, like there's a balance to things.
Yeah,
like
you can't always be
let yourself feel.
Right. That really was during a period of time where you and I were just discovering spirituality too, and we were really stepping into like love and light and disregarding the aspect. Like this is when you first wake up and you're just like, whoa, and you haven't really gone through your first dark night of the soul yet.
Yeah. I honestly feel like mine ended with the retrograde, honestly. Like it was a weird vortex. Yeah,
this year retrograde in January was it January or February? It was February the last 2 weeks, right? Nuts.
I don't know, you guys could definitely speak in the comments, speak to how your retrograde went, but for me personally, it was a lot of uprooting, and that's right when I started my Moldavite journey. I was like, Moldavite, like do your thing. Like I'm open to you taking away whatever doesn't serve me, because I'm no longer trying to grasp at straws and grasp at things just because like it's all I can see in this forward vision. Like I know there's better for me. I know there's blessings. I know that there's something I need to tap into that's like I'm not seeing it now, but I know like you're gonna help me. And it's just like that Aquarius is like always trying to like reach and grasp, and like, oh, it's like airy, it's like going with the flow to where it could be to a fault, like emotions, a lot of introspection over here, a lot of like earth and air fighting for dominance. It's like, what is this? What is that?
It's strange because it's that double, like it can go this way or that way. Like it can be extremely open to other people and then extremely reclusive and isolate.
Yeah. And it's funny because like me and you, like there was like an unspoken understanding, because I know like you as well, you were kind of like a little more silent when it comes to like how we normally communicate, and I was like, okay, it's time
with the retrograde.
Yeah, I was like,
I was going through something too. And
yeah, it's funny.
You just understand.
Because before that even started, like we were like constantly on the phone, constantly talking, constantly sending each other messages. And then it just got quiet, and I was like, okay, it's time to just go within, I guess, like I'm not going to go against the grain or like try to force a communication when I know like it's a time for me to go inward. So
right. It's crazy. I feel earlier in our friendship too, there was almost like why didn't you text me back type of feeling
during some
periods. And we really, having that year separate, and we've told our story, I feel like, before, but it really helps to just see why you're attached to someone, why you get triggered, and try to get rid of that, because you want to be acting out of love. You want to support someone because you love them, not because you feel like an obligation in any kind of way.
Definitely. Yeah.
This is Moldavite, by the way.
Yes, mine is. I have my little tray of stones.
Should I put a light on it?
All right, you guys, Moldavite haul.
Moldavite haul. I've been working with Moldavite since 2016, and actually 2017, and it transforms your life. It's become pretty mainstream, but I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, there's TikToks of people like sobbing about like, if you want your life to be changed, don't get Moldavite.
Oh, someone else was like, don't get it, guys, because it's gonna screw everything up. But it does that for a reason. It's like,
it'll only screw up your electronics. It'll only mess up your technology.
It can do that. Also, if you're not willing to change and you're comfortable in your misery, and then fine, don't get a Moldavite. Just stay where you are.
I am not about that life, honey. No. Oh, real quick before we move on to 22,
definitely.
There is a biblical meaning for the number 11. It comes, so this person said, it comes from my understanding that it's associated with the things that would be considered imperfect, a disorganization of systems and the disorder of or chaos of things. In numerology, the number 11 represents higher ideals, invention, and refinement. That's just super interesting how different systems have different meanings for the same number.
But invention also goes hand in hand with Aquarius, like the innovation, like technology. Like it's strange because the book and like the westernized, so like what Eastern Chaldeans, like the Middle East, that would be Eastern, right? So the Eastern and Western, although some of the symbols might be different when you're reading and I'm pulling certain information, they relate.
Yeah, they do, because there's always like there's two sides to everything. Like we were talking about
more
with
than
six.
two.
Like
I agree.
yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Yes.
And
I'm sure
more.
there's so much more yet to be discovered. Yeah, you feel it before you're even able to get it out in the words.
Yes.
Double channel.
Yeah, so number 22 and 33. I think 11's where I stopped because I was like, wow, that's my master number. Like that's me. I know all the numbers, but I don't know about what if I ever meet someone who's a 22 or a 33. Like I'm gonna have to look this up a little bit, but from an interpretation, it would be like being able to be extra receptive. So channeling, seances, I would say necromancy, being able to actually embody a spirit within you completely would be being a channel. Because sometimes when you're channeling, like for me, I just started channeling certain spirits, it's like you're taking a backseat and you're still there. I feel like a 22 could completely lose themselves. And then it adds up to a 4. So it's this like being able to find a home as well.
Yeah.
Why is it funny?
Because in the book there's like descriptions for like good amounts of like, because it can't cover every single like base number, but it categorizes it and generalizes it by like 22, 23, because it can go on and there could be different combinations. But it actually says 22, it says the fool. So it says pleaser, naive, kind-hearted, sees the light in others, a good person. You get easily seduced by the light you see in other people and only discover their deceit or flawed nature when it's too late. An energetic theme about excessive giving or being taken from. As an exceptionally sweet and kind person, you attract people with a great need for the help you so willingly give out. You focus on other people's approval and tend to forget your own boundaries and needs. You ignore the facts and get repeatedly let down by others. You often feel misused, disappointed, or sad. Over time, it feels like that with every person in your life that you take care of. An unfillable hole is being dug inside you. The vibration can puncture the drive of the stronger base numbers, like 1, 3, 4, and 9. It's a name vibration that is especially unfortunate. So this is giving information of when it's unbalanced. So this is for
me Pisces vibes. This something
sad.
Like
yeah, because it's very interesting because on this one it only shows unbalanced. It doesn't, because normally it shows balanced and unbalanced. So that's really interesting.
It's strange because number 2 feels, and number 4, the even, if we want to say even numbers, aren't those more balanced? Or
balanced? That's
because it mirrors itself, but it mirrors itself 4 ways.
Yes, that's why it's important to have different sources, because we have down here, I looked it up.
I looked it up too.
Do you want to go ahead and say what you found?
I'm looking at ganeshaspeaks.com. I don't know what, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I'm on angelnumbers.org.
Yeah, go for
it. The number 22 is considered one of the most powerful numbers, able to turn all dreams and desires into reality. The number 22 is a number of precision and balance in its full capacity. This number is the master builder, which means that it provides the power to achieve almost impossible things. So that's the balanced version of it, And you can let me know like what you found.
Oh, I really like that description. And one of the words that stood out to me was building, because when talking about the number 4 and stability. To get to a stability, you have to build something. So it definitely reminded me of that. And like the two is, and two, it's broken apart. So it's the opposite. It's like the being able to break down of things in a sense. So this one says, this master number is considered to be the most powerful number out of the rest, and thus master number 22 is also called the builder or the master architect. It holds so much power that it can turn big dreams into reality. Number 2 to me also is like a portal. So when I see 2, I'm like, whoa, manifesting, like something's happening, like active creation.
That's why this month, like that's what I've been feeling too. Besides all the retrograde madness, like the second month, it's like make sure you use it and understand there's power in it.
Oh, this master number in numerology is more realistic than the 11. Wow, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
But it can manifest things more easily on the earth plane due to its root number 4. Oh, interesting.
Yes.
So it, like if they really tap into the, instead of the shadow aspect and being stuck in the 4, if they're able to raise themselves into the 22, they could literally have anything that they wanted, create anything that they want, and like things that other people want through them. I would feel that people subconsciously can pick up on their power and try to use them to manifest, and that might not be conscious. So I feel like these people could go through periods of their life where they are kind of being spiritually abused,
or just
people.
Drained, and
like
they wonder why they're like,
out of.
because I've been there, because I'm, I have 11 in my like birthday, but I luckily haven't had to experience it too much. But a lot of the times when I was younger, I would find myself overexerting myself. I have a lot of like people pleaser energy that I'm releasing. I'm getting rid of it because it's not necessary to have when you understand your own power, and that the only approval you need is yourself. You need to just be happy with yourself, and everything else will align. But I was younger. I had no idea that I was going to be on this path. I really felt a lot more lost back then, of just like looking, and when you feel that way, you attract anything because you're not standing firm in your power. So
no
people
boundaries.
Like there's a lot of energy vampires on this earth, and they are looking for like a way to feel that way forever, and like as long as they can. So they're gonna find people
without creating it themselves.
They don't want to do the work. And I recently had to let someone go like that because they were outwardly like not caring about my boundaries, and they're like, you can't help me, so I'm gonna see you later. Like, but back then I would chase that. Back then I'd be like, wait, I'll help you, I need that validation, like I need you to know that I'm a good friend, and I'm gonna do what I need to do to like make you happy. When you get rid of that, I think Libra, the sign of Libra, the downsides consist of that sort of energy to you. So once you get rid of that, and you understand that energy vampires are going to be the way that they are forever because they don't care to grow out of it, because there's always going to be something or someone to feed off of and channel their energy and stuff. So
constant projection mode, or like sucking.
So I feel like the number 11 can definitely be a portal of just understanding that it is time to step into your power, and you can definitely multiply that on your own and get your own 22 energy whenever you want. So that's my input.
That was beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay, is it? It's going.
Ooh.
33. Wait. Oh, double creation. Okay, that turned me up for a second because I looked at double and that associates with 2, and I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
Like,
shouldn't I say double? Triple creation? But
no,
that would be like 333. So again, this is another one that I am not very well versed that we're gonna have to just kind of look up together.
But we're all learning.
About the 3, we got the creating with the environment, the back and forth between you and that mirror that you've seen, and like reaching out and like playing with it and toying with it. So this, I feel like, is an abundance of energy to be able to inspire
You know
others.
what came through
What?
that I realized back when I was in my really like Illuminati conspiracy days, they would constantly talk about the triangle and why that's like a super important shape when it comes to energy, like harnessing, because it's like the ultimate way to harness energy. And you notice a lot in yeah, you notice a lot in artists' music videos in the background, they have triangles everywhere. Like
Bill
even
from Disney Channel.
who?
Have you seen
Bill?
hold on. Keep talking. I'm gonna pull up a picture.
No, but yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like it's all subliminal and subconscious, but it is like a creation of like energy. I wonder if there's a way or like a form of like programming that goes into that too when you're like watching it. And like MTV, they do that a lot with their award shows. Like back when I used to be a super like fangirl watching award shows. Yes,
from Gravity Falls.
That show, I didn't know. I used to get creeped out by that show. I didn't watch it all. I just remember seeing a lot of that symbolism and like the videos I would watch about the Illuminati and stuff. I'd be so consumed in that. But like, yeah, they talk about how this, like the pyramids on the dollar bill, like all of that, it's like creating like this energy and it's holding it, and you're just putting your energy into it when you witness it.
It creates a space to suspend the energy.
Yeah. So there's actually on the flip side, outside of like I guess conspiracies, whatever you want to label
three,
it.
So we have the one and then another one, and it creates a full Merkaba.
Ooh, you know what's funny? In my book, the numerology charts. Let's see, where am I? Main vibration. So the pure form of the numeroscope is deceptively simple as beyond the two triangles Metatron's cube appears. So there's this, which is a layout for you to like calculate like your numbers according to the power of your work, like the power of your name, because every letter has a vibration attached to it. And fun fact, the hyphen has a vibration of 9, which is like the highest, which is very interesting. And I have a hyphenated last name, so I was like, oh really? Let me tap into that. But yeah, that just rang to me because I remember seeing that and I was like, that's interesting that it's like opposing and like up and down. And so you guys will learn more about that in the book. But there is the angel number for 33. And one, it could just mean like your angels want to communicate with you. If you listen to their message, you can expect great changes will happen in your life soon. Now you will find with number 33, it means, let's see, we'll tell you the connection between angel number and then, so it breaks down into like what it means in love, this and that. It symbolizes great progress and abundance that you are expecting in the near future. It can mean that your health will be better in the future, but you will have many opportunities in your career. You will be happy and satisfied in your personal life. It's important to say that 3 is important in spiritual sense because it's a symbol of the Holy Trinity. That's why this number is used to attract your attention. So there's so much. Yeah, there's so much
Holy
you guys
Trinity, and then like you add it together, you get the 6, and when that's pushed together, you're inside the Virgin Mary, the 6.
There you go. There you go. That number, like I always get so happy when I see that number because it's like, ooh, so it's time for me to create. It's been a while. Or like just something when it comes to like the right side of my brain, it just lights up when I see 3 like repeated.
Music, dancing, drawing. Like I looked up the master number version of it. Number 33, this is from hiddennumerology.com, is the most influential of the master numbers and resonates with the energies of honesty, compassion, inspiration, courage, and blessing. Yeah, let me see if there's something else in there.
There's a lot of like blessing and abundance and creativity connected to the 3, and I think that's like a perfect triangle right there. It's just like blessing, abundance, creativity, like harnessing that energy. I kind of want to do that for the full moon, like draw a pyramid and like write out what I want to manifest and put it in a triangle. We'll see.
There's a little bit more I found. This is the secret of the tarot.com. So the appearance of the number 33 indicates the need for proper understanding, that which is acquired before communicating that understanding with others. So like being extra like it's about the communication, but waiting for the right time, like on purpose, because you know that in the right timing. And 6 represents time as well, which I should have touched on. So it's crazy because you add it together and it has that aspect of time with the 6, but yeah, understanding when it's the right time to say something.
Oh, I like that.
For it to click. Although master numbers should be maintained as to keep with their true meanings, the meaning of the masters 3 and 6 bleed from the essence of 33. Oh, it's just going into breaking it down. People seeing a lot of 33 have put themselves in situations which will help them better understand the rules of love and harmony in their relationships. Number 3 is all about imagination, optimism, and communication, and broadening creativity. And yeah, we pretty much went over.
Yes, 3 is a great number, you guys. And that's your base number.
It's a magic number. Do you remember that from the school of, is it the School of Rock? No.
I need to watch that movie. I haven't seen it in years, since I was in like middle school.
It's not School of Rock with Jack Black. It's one of those kids cartoons that they would play where they're like, I'm just a bill. No? Or like,
there's so much content that
is an and butter, or it's a like a whole series. No, for teaching.
Conjunction.
Okay,
they get me into spiritual stuff
and grammar. Yeah, that's pretty much it for 33. Was there anything else you wanted to add based on that?
No, just keep a lookout for it if you're creative. Like, just if you're feeling any sort of like, I should look, you might be told to make something. It's a great number. Yes. Was that the very end of our slideshow?
End of the slides.
Yeah. Okay, so on there, on there we have sources posted if you guys want to check out the website.
Some more sources too, because I know it didn't look complete in the video, but by the time it's up.
Yeah, we like to use, I wanted to keep some things just blank, because I know that there's a lot to talk about, a lot to cover, and sometimes like maybe it's my Aquarius and Libra, my air, I just like to talk about it instead of like, this is the source. But the Capricorn side is like, you need to put all the sources.
But the Aquarius and Crown's like, just channel the information, it's gonna be fine. Like,
and there's so much to go off of with like our own personal experiences too. That's why I love this topic, you know.
Definitely.
Yes, you guys. I think I neglected base number 1 when we first started. I think we started talking about 1, but I didn't give them their information.
Sorry about that, everybody.
No. My fault. I will read that real quick for anyone who's wondering, like, what about me? Let's see, base number 1. So, real quick, you are ruled by Leo and the Sun. You are ruled by the 2nd chakra, Hara. If you're a 1, yes, you were born on the 1st, 10th, or 19th, or 28th of any month in the year. One is the number for new beginnings, the start of everything, and the first original spark of creativity. Often the center of attention, the energy of the 1 draws us close, like planets circling the sun. The number 1 will lead us in new directions and on to conquer the unknown. So life path 1, this is basically,